Hi, everyone. Welcome to Facebook Live. All about life. And for you all that know, especially the ones that were on Tuesday, I created a visual with my human performance and life breakthroughs model. And of course, there's a bonus, which is a performance and process outcome visual. And so, how can I relate that to your life? The way that I can relate it to your life is yes, I focus on the mental side mostly. However, you've got to understand that the mental side is broken up into your emotional, into your thinking, into your emotion, into feeling, and into your physical or physicality. And then for those of you who want your spiritual. So mental does not just mean what your brain thinks. It also means what your brain feels, experiences emotionally, and physically, what your brain is experiencing. And of course, all those translate into us being able to accomplish or do the things that we aspire to do. And so that's what I like to point out in my model, and it's all about life, is that a lot of what people are challenged with is they're just being too hard on themselves. I mean, in all of my work, I see people trying to do superhuman things without having the right tools, without learning first before trying or attempting or doing, without evaluating, self-evaluation. Self-evaluation is essential. And then, of course, trying to do things that on their own, that if they got the right help, the right support, it would be that much easier. And then on top of being too hard on themselves, the other thing is that they're expecting it done in such a short time frame. Now, the time frame can be short when you've mastered something, but not when you're still in the process of achievement. So, what is the key to all of this? The key is really this simple. And I've looked at this and I've talked with so many people, I've researched this, and even in my life, people say you are what you think, and you, et cetera, et cetera. Well, sometimes you have thoughts, and I'm sure those thoughts aren't what you really are. And so, what is real important is that you feel, F-E-E-L, you feel positive. You feel positive initiative. And see, it's that feeling of being positive that will allow you, when you experience resistance, it signals to you, instead of fright, it signals you're closer to a breakthrough, or you're closer to breakthroughs. But it's that initial resistance that we need to get through. And the only way we can get through this is by interpreting what it means to us. See, to a lot of people, and the reason they don't take initiative, the reason that they are not mastering the process in a fun and enjoyable way is because they don't feel positive contentment in doing so. They don't feel positive initiative in doing so. And sure, some days it's more challenging based on a lot of factors. That's part of it. However, what you realize, though, when you start to experience this resistance, when you change your frame of mind and interpret it as, hey, I'm experiencing resistance, that means I'm closer to breakthroughs. And you test this. If you don't believe me, you test this. Because, you know, there's lots of sayings, and I read, I'm a voracious reader, and there's lots of sayings, and you know, some of them are trite, some of them are contextual. It depends on the situation, of course. The internet's filled with things that I'm just like, whoa, I hope nobody takes this seriously. It's sort of like our media in some context, and what we read on the internet is like, wait a minute, you need to put your filter on there to know whether that's true or not, and what's the context and what's the content. I mean, there's just a lot to it. But give this a shot. When you're looking at that, and you're looking at that resistance that's causing you to fright or to flee, change the way you interpret it, reframe it to saying, hey, that resistance means I'm experiencing breakthroughs or closer, or resistance means I'm getting closer, or I'm closer to breakthroughs. So have that frame of mind. Now, you notice today that I don't have like a businessy type of shirt, business casual, whatever you want to call it. And that's because it's also so important in all about life to have that downtime. You'd be amazed, and I think this is one of the principles behind meditation, that there's more to it. And again, meditations and a lot of things are the same way. See, in that zone model, which I'll be talking about next week, so I don't want to get too far into it, I'm not telling you not to think, okay? No, I'm not telling you that. And I'm not telling you not to see. No, I'm not doing that. Obviously, we need all those things. The mind's eye, right? The way we think, our thoughts. However, I am saying those two are sub-processes. It's a sub-process. And so what comes to the forefront that keeps us content and feeling content is feeling, okay, feeling positive initiative. It's not just being positive, although that is actually quite important. That's a positive attitude. I agree with that. However, we need to feel positive contentment while doing the initiative. See, it's that contentment, feeling of positive contentment, that's allowing us to stick with it, that's showing us that we are making a little better progress. We're better today than yesterday. And I ask this question of myself all the time, every day, in fact. Are you better today than yesterday? And I repeat, or I answer that question. I say, I'm better today than yesterday. Now, sure, I need my downtime. There is no doubt about it. And I love to take downtime when other people don't have downtime. Don't ask me why that is. I'm just like that. It's as if, I don't know, it just feels more content, more special. But then again, sometimes I'm working when other people are not working. And so it's just unusual, but I like doing that. And I don't do it on purpose. I just notice it happens. And I can't really explain it. If anybody out there knows what that's about, let me know. And I'd like to know your perspective on that, what your insights on that is. But yeah, really focus on or think about or tell your brain to feel positive contentment in that process. Now, I'll have a link in this video to my model. And my model, as you all know earlier, I talked about this, but I didn't have it in visual form for you, and that is nurturing, development, building, and growing. And so nurturing is in a 24 to 48 hour period. So that's when you experience something new or different, or think about going somewhere or doing something, or even experiencing downtime. And you may be scheduling that out, and you let it sit there and process through, and you feel contentment about, making that decision. And then as you make the decision to proceed, then you go into the development portion, which takes about 21 days. And these are for things that you cannot do in an instant, okay? These are things that we have to work towards. And so in the development, 21 days, well, we know from research that those are habits. That's how you form a habit in 21 days, right? And my model is based on research of successive approximation. But all that habit's doing is just basically adding something or removing something from your habits so that you can feel positive contentment. And a lot of times what a lot of that is just pattern thinking or pattern things that you do that just are wearing you out. They're just taking away your energy. You're not having that feeling of positive contentment towards the initiative. And there could be a lot of reasons for that. Then after 21 days, you have another 21 days, and that's the build phase or the build stage. And that build stage is where we address your specific situation. This is where it becomes very, very precise. Okay, now in the nurture stage, of course, through sessions with me, and even in the development stage through individual sessions with me, I can get very precise. But I'm talking about things that have a longer initiative time frame, that basically you want to be a part of your life, or actually be integrated into your life. And then after the build phase, we have the grow phase, and that grow phase stage is over time. And that's where you get to put your gifts, talents, and skills to it. And those gifts, talents, and skills is what separates you from the pack. It's really what makes it unique. It is really what's making you mastering whatever it is that you want to master in All About Life, but doing so in a fun and enjoyable way in all the phases, but to where you're putting your gifts, talents, and skills to it. You're addressing or discovering new gifts, talents, and skills. You're growing your knowledge. You're growing your learning. And seeing that feeling of contentment, and I see this in audiences all the time as I'm speaking or when I'm coaching. I can just look at them and see when, they've made some kind of epiphany or breakthrough or clarity. And we're always seeking clarity. And so it just is getting you to that next forward level of clarity or success. And of course, in each one of these stages, we do an evaluation, because it's very important to do self-evaluation, which I have tools for that, but also to be evaluated by someone that can help you. That's the right help. And then, of course, as you grow, you then have accomplishments. So do you need to remember what was nurtured, what was developed, what was built on while you're in the growth stage? Not really, because each one of the stages ingrains itself into the other. And you'll use whatever it is that you have learned to apply automatically. It just becomes a part of you, and it shifts yourself as a person. You shift as a person. So yes, you're still the same person. You just shifted as a person in your abilities. And so from the growth stage, you have accomplishments, whatever those successes, records, wins, outcomes are. And then, of course, naturally, you'll want to go and you'll want to have a greater vision based on those accomplishments and beyond. and that will signal more success. Now, people come to me for more success, but a lot of people come to me because they have a perceived problem or pain. They come to me because they feel they can be so much more, but they just don't have the tools. And that's true. I myself felt I could be so much more when I started, but I didn't have all the tools. It's been definitely a human performance and life breakthrough model that I've used and processed. And, what did you learn today? What did you learn today? You should be learning something new every day, whatever it may be. Now, one of the challenges that I have with feeling contentment is we are so influxed with information. So I literally have to block out information. I have to just, because it's almost in a way entertaining. Like sometimes I read things on the internet, especially, I'm like, did somebody really write that? I mean, it's just mind-boggling. I hear a lot of things about inclusivity and about other areas of life, and I'm just like, I am so well advanced in that. It's just that our institutional system, or maybe the way that things are done, apparently in some places aren't. And I think that that's terrible. I really do. Because I think that America, and especially the world and global, each person should succeed, and we should make it to where each one does succeed. And, you want to outdo yourself. That's when you start feeling contentment, positive contentment. When you're outdoing yourself, you're not really comparing yourself to another person. So the things that I'd like you to remember from today are just that, to reference my model, my human performance and life breakthroughs model, my performance and process outcomes, but also to have downtime. And most importantly, whatever it is you're mastering, to feel positive contentment in the initiative and know that it is going to be integrated, or it is being integrated into your life. If it cannot be integrated into your life, then it's not the type of initiative that is worth creating, because it's not sustainable. And since it's not sustainable, you're not able to grow from it and create accomplishments. So these are all performance and life frameworks, performance and life tools. My clients, obviously, when they engage me, they receive. And of course, they're customized for the individual. And they experience a lot of things in performance and life that they really know that they have the ability. Now, I will be straightforward in the sense that, some of them, it's as if the biggest thing I need to do is show them that it doesn't take that long. See, a lot of them come in with the idea that, and they look at something, whatever it may be, you mean I got to do this every day? And they look at that and they think, and they just put all these obstacles in their mind and dread. And I'm like, this thing I'm telling you to do takes 10 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes max, 20 minutes if you really want to do it thoroughly. And I'm not telling you really to do the same thing every day. I'm giving you the same framework or mental structure. However, I'm making it to where you're actually experiencing breakthroughs every day. So you're feeling contentment before you even actually go and really experience it in reality. And, a lot of times you've got to be able to think, feel, and see what it is you want to experience in your mind, in your body, before you can actually experience it out there in the real world. That's not always happens like that. Of course, one of the favorite things for everyone is unexpected success. And so just remember, when you have your downtime, you don't need your business casual clothes. You don't need your business attire. Just relax. Get your sunglasses on. Have a little fun. Feel positive contentment towards your initiatives while you're doing them. For those of you all at 4 o'clock, I'll be doing my segment on using my human performance and life breakthroughs model with the bonus for experiencing intelligent breakthroughs in your sports performance and life.